When you hear the word treadmill, what do you imagine? Most people think of a shiny gym machine, something we use to get fit, lose weight, or warm up before exercise. But what if I told you that the treadmill wasn't invented for fitness at all? It was actually born as a tool of punishment, a cruel machine designed to break the spirit of prisoners locked away in cold, dark jails. Sounds crazy, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the shocking story behind the treadmill, from its painful past through its surprising roots in ancient engineering to how it became the fitness icon we know today. Before that, hey everyone, I'm excited to announce my brand new website and blog where you'll find detailed 3D explanations, images, cross-sectional views, and extra content. You can also contact me there about anything related to 3D creations. Check it out. The link's in the description below. Let's travel back to 1818 to the prison of England. Back then, British prisons were overflowing with prisoners, mostly poor people who had nowhere else to go. And here is the problem. The government noticed something. Prisoners were just sitting around for months, even years, doing absolutely nothing. They thought, this isn't right. So they came up with a plan: punish the prisoners and make them work hard at the same time. At this time, Sir William Cubitt, a civil engineer, visited the prison. Cubitt looked at those prisoners wasting away and had a cruel idea. What if the prisoners could be used as living engines? He invented a giant wheel with wooden steps, like a hamster wheel but laid flat. All the prisoners had to keep walking on it without stopping. This was the punishment given to them. Since it consists of a tread and a wheel, it was called a treadwheel. This was the first treadwheel, the original treadmill. But here's an interesting bit. The idea wasn't entirely new. It was inspired by ancient Roman engineering. Centuries earlier, the Romans used a similar human-powered wheel called the treadwheel crane to lift heavy materials in construction. People used to walk inside large wooden wheels like this. As they walked, the wheel would rotate, and that motion was used to pull up heavy objects using ropes. This method made it easier to lift very heavy loads. That's how they built massive towers and structures in those days. This human-powered treadwheel crane allowed fewer workers to lift heavier loads, essentially an ancient hamster wheel. Cubitt adapted this idea for prison labor, turning human effort into punishment. Prisoners were forced to climb these moving steps. As the wheel turned, they had to keep stepping up. If they missed a step, they'd fall. And falling meant punishment from the guards, so they had no choice but to keep climbing continuously. A single treadwheel like this could hold up to 24 prisoners at once. To prevent them from interacting, wooden dividers were placed between each person. Each prisoner had to walk on the wheel for up to 6 hours a day. For every 15 minutes of climbing, they were given a 5-minute break. In total, one person could climb between 5,000 to 14,000 steps a day. That's like climbing a skyscraper 20 times without rest, or nearly 80% of Mount Everest, all this while chained up, wearing heavy uniforms, and watched by guards who could whip them if they slowed down. Sounds exhausting, right? And what did this hard work produce? In prisons like Brixton in London, the treadwheel was used to grind corn and pump water. That's how the name treadmill originally came into use. Except for a few prisons like these, in most other prisons, the treadwheel was used purely as a form of punishment. By 1842, 109 out of 200 prisons across England, Wales, and Scotland used the treadmill. showing how widespread this brutal device was. In 1865, the Prison Act made hard labor mandatory for male prisoners, meaning many had to spend months on the treadmill. The toll was brutal. Many prisoners suffered swollen joints, torn muscles, heart problems, and exhaustion. But prison officials claimed the hard work would teach prisoners discipline and reform their minds. In reality, it was about control, not correction. Social reformers and activists soon spoke out against the treadmill. They called it cruel, pointless, and damaging to both the body and mind. Even famous prisoners like Oscar Wilde endured the treadmill's harsh punishment. Thanks to growing public outrage, by the late 1800s, the treadmill was banned from British prisons. So, what happened next? In the 20th century, the treadmill got a complete makeover. Doctors and scientists began studying walking and running for health benefits. In the 1950s and 60s, treadmills appeared in hospitals and labs as medical machines. One key figure was Dr. Robert A. Bruce, a cardiologist who developed the first motorized treadmill in 1952 for controlled cardiovascular stress tests, revolutionizing medical diagnostics. Then, in 1968, American engineer William Staub created the first affordable home treadmill, the Pacemaster 600. He wanted people to be able to run and stay healthy right in their own homes. From there, the treadmill exploded in popularity. Gyms, rehab centers, and homes everywhere began using them. Today's modern treadmills are packed with advanced technology, including heart rate monitors, interactive screens, and digital coaching. A machine once used for punishment and torture became a symbol of health, motivation, and control. Modern treadmills are quiet, safe, and packed with digital features, but the word treadmill still carries echoes of its dark past. Have you ever heard someone say, "Life feels like a treadmill," or "I'm stuck on a treadmill"? So next time you step onto a treadmill, remember, you're walking on a machine that started as a device to break prisoners' spirits. Thanks for watching. If you found this story shocking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.